My wife, my best friend, and my boss all forgot one thing. I was in the group chat too. This happened in North Carolina, and it started with an accidental invite, the kind of mistake that changes everything. My wife added me to a family group chat late on a Tuesday night and then immediately removed me, probably within 30 seconds, except the notification still popped on my phone before it disappeared, just long enough for me to catch one line from her friend that said everything. He still has no idea, right? I froze right there in my kitchen, still holding my coffee, staring at those 6 words. Not because I thought she was cheating immediately. That wasn't even my first instinct. It was because my boss had been acting strange for weeks, going quiet whenever I walked into a room, rescheduling one-on-ones without explanation. And my best friend Marcus had suddenly become very interested in coming over to the house, specifically when I wasn't home, always with some thin excuse about dropping something off for my wife or checking on the dog. So I sat down, pulled up my archived notifications, and started piecing together the conversation history from screenshots and reply previews that had loaded before I was removed. It took about an hour, and then it was all just sitting there in front of me. My wife had been telling them for months that I was too sensitive, that she had tried everything, and that she needed to figure out a clean exit before the end of the year. My boss, the man who had written my last performance review, the man I had covered for during the Henderson account disaster, was in there giving her career advice, specifically coaching her on how to request a transfer to the Atlanta office after the divorce, so it wouldn't look messy on either of their records. Because yes, they worked at the same company, and yes, apparently that conversation had been happening without me, too. And my best friend Marcus was in there offering to keep things quiet around our mutual friends, saying he owed her one, and that he'd make sure the story stayed clean on her side. Owed her one. That phrase sat in my chest like a stone. I dug into that and found out the full truth. Years earlier, before I even knew Marcus well, my wife had covered for him when he got caught skimming company funds to pay off a gambling debt that had gotten dangerous. She had vouched for him, kept his name out of it, and he had apparently been in her corner ever since. I was the only person in my own life who didn't know that the 3 people I trusted most all had a shared history, a shared loyalty, and a shared plan, and none of it included me. The betrayal wasn't one thing, one moment, one bad decision. It was a whole little ecosystem that had been quietly running underneath my life. So I didn't explode. I didn't confront anyone. I didn't cry or drink or call my brother at midnight. I got very, very calm, and I played it smarter than any of them expected me to. Over the next 4 days, I took screenshots of everything I could recover, saved every message thread, changed every password on every account they might have had access to, moved my direct deposit to a solo account I opened at a different bank, and transferred just enough out of the joint account to protect myself without triggering anything, enough to make sure she couldn't drain it before I had counsel in place. I contacted a divorce attorney on a Thursday. I said nothing to anyone. I went to work, had normal conversations, came home, ate dinner, and acted like a man who had no idea. And then, on Saturday morning, from the attorney's office parking lot, I opened the group chat, the one I was never supposed to still have access to, and I typed one single message. Interesting to read this while sitting in the attorney's office. Then I put my phone face up on the desk and watched. My wife called 12 times in 40 minutes. My boss called twice and then went silent. Marcus didn't call at all. Not once, not a text, nothing. And that silence told me more than any phone call could have. The ones who called were scared. The one who didn't call knew he had no ground to stand on and no version of this where he came out okay. 3 people forgot one simple thing. I was in the group chat too.